Hey guys, how's it going? I did a little bit of yard sailing. Didn't find all that much, but found a couple of little things. And one being a coffee sign and an old boat license plate. It's too bad I didn't say 1955. That'd be cool for the Chris Craft. But they were $1 a piece, so I grabbed them. And I grabbed this thing too, which is, I believe, train set. And basically it's a big adjustable resistor or potentiometer or rheostat, depending on what you want to call it. This is number 81, trying to read it, same as you. And this is low speed, high speed, and it also has an on and off switch on it. So I kind of looked at that. I thought that might make like a good, it's probably too light for it, but like say like on the single cab wipers, to make variable speed wipers, you can kind of put that in line and you can adjust it. I don't know what the resistance is on this thing, but something along that line could be used for lights, like a light dimmer or something like that on a build. So I grabbed that for a couple of bucks too. So that's that and that. And I look for, try to buy power equipment in the off season. I grabbed this snowblower. Looks pretty decent. A little bit of rust on it here and there, and it needs to be serviced. The shoes are wore off of it, which is common, But the auger seems to be okay, and everything else. The gearbox seems all right. So I grabbed this for 50 bucks. Kind of a little bit of a story behind it. It's kind of funny. I was at the yard sale. It was later on, probably about 11:30, and a guy came for it. I asked him about it. He said, I just want 50 bucks for it, but I think it's sold. I'm like, okay. And it was a husband and wife, and they started bickering back and forth. And the wife said, "Did he leave you any money?" The guy's like, "No," but he said he's coming back for it. How long ago was that? 2 hours. And of course, even myself, I'm like, he's not coming back. If he's been 2 hours, he didn't leave money on something, and he's worried about it, he would have come back for it. But the husband wanted to kind of maintain the story and didn't want to sell it. And the wife's like, here's someone here with cash is going to take it with ramps in their truck. So it was like a community yard sale. So I kind of walked away from him. I go, you want me to give you a few minutes? I'll be back. She's like, yeah, okay. So I let them go do their thing. I went across the street to another yard sale, came back about 5 minutes later. Of course, another guy was trying to buy it, the same token. And, but I was already next in line for it. And he told him no, and then he went in the house to go do something. And I asked her, what's the outcome? She goes, I'll sell it. He was in the house. So I gave her the 50 bucks. I had the ramps. I had it up and in my truck in under 60 seconds, and I left. But the guy wasn't coming back. And some people, unless you leave a deposit, they don't owe you anything. A lot of people talk, but they don't do it. So I grabbed that 50 bucks. I'll put that away till the fall, and you probably sell it for $250, something like that. So you make a few bucks on it. Been watching a little too much Tommy Shoe. Of course, I start seeing old toolboxes, and I grab them. And this one was a whopping $1, so I grabbed it. It says Park model. I kind of want to set up a couple of toolboxes with tools and parts for the old cars. And I don't have to transfer them, so I can put like belts and plugs and a couple of wrenches and stuff in them. And it's built pretty well, so I grabbed that for the probably for the single cab. And it's a Park model something. Looks like it's probably like 60s or 70s vintage, and they're built well, not a piece of plastic. And last but not least, I grabbed these two scooters. It's a Speed Dog on them. The upper panels look like they might be a little bit different. The dashes look a little different. Let me see if I can hop up there for you. Hi-ya. But they look like they're almost the same thing. One's got a little LED battery reading, and I don't know what the battery's for because it's a gas-powered scooter, but maybe it's both or has a battery for starting it. I don't know, haven't looked into it. And then this one just that on and off switch. And one he took apart, he said the pull start screwed up on, and that was the death of that one, which you can see here. He's got all, the hardware laying in there. And the other one, I'm not quite sure what's going on with it because the pull starts are taken apart on that one too. But they got some neat components on them. I think I got, see if we can get this out of the way. So they have like, you can see the chain and sprocket setups, and both of those match each other pretty good. And I have a feeling there's going to be some kind of clutch that's inside there, like a centrifugal clutch or something along that nature, because it has to have neutral when it's running and then be able to rev it up. So we'll see what that has in there. And I have those two backpack blowers, and they're not steel, they're something else. Trying to remember what they were off the top of my head. But again, you know, I try to find parts for stuff before I build it so I could build it nice and cheap. And I wanted to tie those two motors together. So if I can't build a good one out of these two, I'll just steal all the parts off of them and make my gear drivetrain to tie those two motors together, and then use that CVT clutch. That's not CVT, the centrifugal clutch that's probably in this for the clutch on those. So we'll see. Again, he had them both for 40, offered 30 bucks. He said, sure, take them. So for 30 bucks, it's worth it for me, just for the bits and pieces. They have disc brakes on them, little disc brakes. So I could steal those components off, you know, front and rear. Frame's broke on that one. Not that big of a deal. This one looks like it's missing all the plastic for the down below, but we could do what, oh boy, I'm gonna forget his name. Turf Dog, sorry. Where he took a wooden board, not a surfboard, but I think it's a ski, maybe a wooden ski, and he put it on there to kind of fill in the space of it and make one out of that. So I kind of like that, and that might be a good victim for these. Looks like they like making really sharp left-hand turns. The tire's all burned off on that side, probably from doing donuts, I bet you. That was probably the rear tire at one time. Yeah, you see the tires chopped up and they're flat. Looks like it's pretty good components that are on it though. It doesn't look too crappy. I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese or what these things are. And it's got there's some kind of battery down in there for something. I don't know if that keeps the lights going or what, but I'll do a little bit of education on that. Alright guys, I'll go knock this one down, make it short and sweet, and just figured to do a little show and tell. Again, thanks for watching, comment, and subscribing. Take care. Bye.